set up to get people like there's...
Well, this feels like a matchup that if he gets ahead, you are not going to have fun for Xiaohao. And I would love to see EDG try to press that advantage. That is where we've seen them have success. When they have that decision-making power around the map, they can be so deadly. They also have so much comfort tonight on this first game composition. So they will need to find a way, as you were saying, to get that damage in a little bit later on. I do really like a lot of the meta picks we got from AL. But this is all about a game one slaughter that EDG are trying to set up. They want to press you in every single way possible to start game number one of our Super Week number 4 kickoff. And it's going to be an absolute bloodfest. I am sure of it, Lyric. We're getting into it now. Game number 1 in Shanghai, kicking off EDG versus AL.
But okay, we can kind of hone this in and kind of do an overarching Uzi check, right? He's had a few series now. How's he done? And I feel like we've still seen the same level of like lane dominance come out from him. He averaged being 9 CS above at the 15-minute mark, above his lane opponents. Oh, I can't talk.
What were you saying?
Pinzy.
Did you want to talk? Did you want to say something? Pinzy is going to get killed, and a kill goes to Fofo. First blood for EDG.
Keep play-by-playing, Mazel. Keep play-by-play.
No, I want you to talk because every time you try to talk, there's action. I want you to keep going.
I want the JJ Express. I want to see the best gank I've ever seen. The ultimate comes out. The giant.
I'll give you a big old 2-2 for it.
Oh, Xiaohao, though, might be able to find a play here.
They're going to need him down here. You got the tidal wave coming back. They're bringing him here as he is on the way. Straight into Jichoey. They bring him down. You got the TPs coming in from both sides as now they got Zora caught out dead. 2 kills straight to Fofo.
EDG with the nice positioning with their TPs, kind of making them more of a cemented core unit to play around as compared to AL, like we saw with ZDZ being so far removed. Pinzy not even really being able to be involved, and it's led to EDG once again finding another fight win. And look, 350 gold bounty now on Fofo with the amount of kills he's been able to pick up. Giving him Cassante every game. It doesn't make sense. But this...
Let's see how it kicked off.
This made sense for AL at first, right? We see the gank coming in from Xiaohao, and then Jichoey following up with the flash. They're able to guarantee the first kill, but that was the train you were talking about that JJ runs in. And again, the most important part is look how spread AL are on the minimap. Pinzy trying to work his way around, the TP flank coming from ZDZ on the opposite side to where EDG's TP is...
Oh, here comes the trade again, and it finds Jichoey. Doesn't matter if you have a breath of life. There's too much CC, and JJ comes away with his first kill of the game. And this is also first tower to EDG's bot lane. The snowball has already started.
And EDG just looks so comfortable.
Love the little tie-ins here as maybe we get to finally see AL put something together, but I still think it's an interesting conversation as he's just caught here.
I was going to say, we don't got to talk about this. Who knows? Maybe Jichoey was there wearing his like, Uzi baseball cap.
Pinzy with a little bit of vision play here. They can poke this down. This is very dicey for AL. But if they can try to get a fight back, Fofo getting in a little bit confident, trying to hit that bramble, but can't do it. You get the 4,000 health bear, and it's getting low. Allah's in the pit. He's going all out. He's bringing out your ADC, but it goes right back in. 3,000, 2,000. Fofo's in. Everything is chaos, but everything is going to hell.
Is Fofo gonna take it?
Somebody finish the damn Baron, and it's finally ZDZ, but EDG make hell of it.
Straight into the reap. Actually, we're going to go straight to the top fight here, where EDG wanting to use that temple that we were talking about. Uzi shipping a little bit up, Call the Forge God connects, and then it opens for all this damage coming from her range, right? Followed by the Zeri. Jichoey flashing forward. Xiaohao waiting in the wings the whole time, and then leads to them being able to get this fast play and turn onto the Baron, but it's here. I love how patient Ala and Fofo are on this one, right? Kind of doing a bit of damage on the tank. They have vision of the Baron. They can see that it's still in range. So keep putting AL under threat so you can slowly move forward. I don't know about bringing Jichoey away since he could just easily dash right back over the wall, but it's here where Fofo goes in with this ultimate, makes Xiaohao and Jichoey get the hell out of dodge, and then knows to focus the jungler. At this point, it really is just a toss-up, right? All the damage coming out in terms of who is going to get this. Luckily for AL, it is the Ornn, but I still think Fofo and Ala played this so superbly.
Yeah, and just the fact that, you know, Jichoey using that dash in didn't have a way out besides his flash if Fofo was going to get the engage. From that, though, that's the big prize, because EDG have destroyed the base.
Mizel, this is normally where we point out summoners, but everyone has everything up because we've been doing nothing for so long. Fofo does have a stopwatch, though, so that feels like something we got to keep our eyes on. And Xiaohao on the flank.
They're going in on ZDZ. There's the Breath of Life used. Xiaohao is still on a flank, but he's on a flank from nowhere because he got the train coming to town on AL. They catch out ZDZ, and that's a big front line piece gone for AL. Xiaohao nowhere to be seen.
He's trying to sneak the dragon.
He wants to get it. He wants to get it. Is he going to have enough?
Oh,
he does. He gets it. He denies the soul. They're like, this pesky bug. Should have put up bug traps.
That is one of the biggest finesses I feel like I've seen. Because, like a normal steal, whatever. Everyone sees that coming. The enemy team sees the jungler running up, right? But the fact that they were just so enthralled by the engage, Xiao takes an opportunity and has enough time to do it, I think is so spectacular. Now, will EDG actually be a little bit risky and start up a Baron? Thank you, EDG.
Well, here they go.
Looks like they will.
It's just JJ and Fofo, because that's all you need as they're going to start moving. Allah will catch up in Z. Needs to be a little bit careful here. Zora, maybe. Oh my God, that was just a couple auto attacks from Uzi. Go in, no Xiaohao will not go over the wall. The Baron goes to EDG holistically.
Oh, Allah, not afraid. But you see there why EDG have been so hesitant about doing this Baron the whole time. Like the possibility of what could have been from that isn't invisibility that Xiaohao has you know, he's able to use. Can just get in, find a sneaky way to get into that pit. Luckily for EDG, finishing it off right in time for Xiaohao to not be able to get involved. Now they finally have the pushing power to start being able to break open these inhibitors, even if they can't find, you know, Jage's ult connecting to a member
Go right down mid lane again.
So
it doesn't matter. You got
there
4
we go.
items.
It's time.
It's time. It's time. The time is now. Uzi has 4 items. That Lord Dobbs also with the Kraken Slayer is there. Nice little items to pick up for this one. Still actually waiting for Jitoe to finish that 3rd item. He just got the Titanic, so that's actually pretty big for this area. It's a nice big spike, but this Baron Siege is going to be something that is almost impossible to deal with now that EDG have garnered a 10,000 gold lead.
I mean, almost across the board, like items up on the people that matter in mid, in AD carry. They're just gonna be able to burst someone like Shoei before he can really even get any damage down. Even
and they
with
can
how
just
tanky
do
his build
this.
is.
They just use the sun disc and have a point of pressure. It's just like a landing zone right in front of your base. Like Xiaohao's gonna try to catch Mako, but that was a beautiful flash. Ala working on the bottom side turret. Should be able to knock this one down. Xiaohao just a banning, maybe going back in. Now you got the engage from AL. The horn has been sounded, but ZDZ knocked down. Can't get the knockout. All out comes out. As now the Pop Blossom, 4 members. Huge stuff. Jitoe steps up to the plate, but it's Fofo that shuts him down. As it's all in the backline this entire time. You've had no hope. You've had no saving grace. And AL will bite the bullet and go down.
Pinzi did his best. He almost got it done with that Pop Blossom, but EDG are just too big now. We saw Fofo out damaging Jitoe, and now going to come in with the TP and still look to end this game.
They got the slowdown on Zora, but JJ is a unstoppable monster. And with Ala and Fofo at his back, this should just be the end. Fofo does so much damage to this. Xiaohao needs to find something on the back. Xiaohao just burst it out here. Zora's left all alone under, and Nexus down. Kills go down, and EDG slam game 1.
EDG managed to pull it out.
All right, well, we get a Crocodile instead. Every time we've seen this Crocodile, though, every time I have seen this Renekton play with my physical eyes, it's been in a 2v1 situation, and it comes out on top. I'm not saying it's going to happen here. I'm just foreshadowing a little bit if it does come up, because this Renekton pick has risen in prominence.
I just want to say I don't know what else you would see it with other than your physical eyes, but I will say we were talking about...
Sometimes people say the wildest things, all right?
We did say we wanted to see Al come out with kind of lanes that have pressure this time around so that they don't allow that chokehold in again. I really feel like we've only seen AL win when they're able to get an early lead and somehow luckily snowball off that because the enemy team doesn't know how to stabilize the play from behind. With Renekton, with the fact that we now have a Victor coming in for Fofo, which is honestly even, I'd say, less useful in early skirmishes than the Azir because you don't have that same, like, you know, Emperor's Divide play available once you hit the level 6 mark. But still, if the whole goal for EDG is Victor locks Nico into that 1v1 where Victor is still incredibly strong, and then you enable the Lucian Nami to do what it did in game 1 with Poppy constantly hovering around that bot side, dissuading ganks to come through for the Wukong. So definitely a strategy there for EDG, but at least AL will have some lanes that can contend with early skirmishing this time.
Yeah, you give yourself a little bit of playability here, and you're not just relying on us Kazakhs to get ahead and snowball. That's the way I want to see AL play. I still want them to be able to fight some of this aggression down in the 2v2 that we're going to get from Uzi and from Mako, but it is a time to step up if you're anyone's legend as we're getting into game number 2 here. It is EDG versus AL, where EDG took a huge game number 1 victory. Now as we hit the rift, will we get...
Extending this lane doesn't really give them all too much pressure.
ZDZ pops the dominance. He wants to turn it around. He takes the tower shot to the face. I don't know what you were expecting there, but Allah outplays it. Solo bolo for the top lane of EDG. They want to try to make good on this, though. Rift Herald, Spawn, Pinzy should be able to pick up this gold.
almost here. JJ might be able to stop Pinzy.
Pinzy is in a bad spot. He just got hit into the wall as well, and he's just taking the tower. This tower is OP from EDG. They get 1 back. What did it cost you?
AL throwing everything away. You asked me if I thought AL could do it, if they could make the comeback. I said, I don't know. And sadly, Mazel, reasons like this are why. You were saying earlier, anytime you see a Renekton, he 1v2s.
My goodness. Like, this was actually incredible. Like, he just takes it. He almost turns it around and then dies.
Yeah, goes back in. Once again, procs the turret aggro. And Allah having a field day. The ramping damage gets the best of him in here. JJ, great pathing. Makes it up to top side. Allah bought enough time.
This flash.
He's going to lock him in and make sure he can't go anywhere.
Allah's just standing there on the edge like, hey, nanny nanny boo boo. And then they kill him, and it's even worse. He wanted the talk lyric? Because we're going to get JJ wanted to say, please stop attacking me. It's a big tidal wave on the way back, though. Keeper's verdict lined up, ready to go. Hits 2 members, Pinzy and Zora all by themselves. Pinzy wants JJ's blood. He does end up getting it, but he's all by himself here. Uzi picks up the kill.
Might be a 1-for-1, but that was a great example of the amount of disengage that we talked about that EDG have, right? Tidal wave thrown out, that prevents them from coming in. Keeper's verdict then sends people even further away. If Fofo was already there, like you put down the gravity field, like another way to not enter. It's just really so hard for AL to get into a position to deal damage. Luckily, Pinzy did find that angle. Allah.
Whoop, that's a lot of damage.
Okay, both TPs used. They're all here.
Yeah, they are going to fight. Allah just walks at them menacingly. Gonna get the knock up too. The layered CC damage to ZDZ. He has to get this dominus out. The Rift Herald goes down, but there's no way you're getting that eye. As Allah goes over the wall with the flash on a Pinzy. Can they get the route here? Zora's getting a little bit low, does have that breath of life, but it's not gonna be enough. And JJ hunts him down. Tidal wave under tower should not be followed up, but maybe they want to use Allah here. ZDZ, bubble, trouble, and Uzi looking for the kill. It gives it over to Fofo as Allah just takes turret after turret shot. And there goes the outer tower of AL. With that kind of checkmate style of their first pick, Lucian, as we see the team fight unfold here on AL's decision to do the Rift Herald.
And nice, EDG just trying to play it simple front to back. Keeper's verdict, though, not connecting with anything there. So luckily, Xiao does still manage to get that smite off and pick one off. But it was Allah following so aggressive with the flash, followed by JJ with the Hex Flash. But they're going to show us. Shitshowy swipes it and goes on with his day.
Got it.
But that wave, ooh, ZDZ.
So, see if he goes down. He is definitely dead. What kind of Croc boots do you like? What color would you want?
I don't know. I wouldn't be a big fan of the boots.
I'd go blue.
Kind of, I don't know. I just wouldn't. You know, maybe a pet Croc I would do.
Maybe like fake
I don't think
Croc
anything else.
boots.
Still don't do
Maybe
it for
they'd
me.
just be Crocs, like the plastic shoes.
Oh no. Oh no.
I do own another level of marketing.
I do own a pair of Crocs, even if I've never worn them. It was a gift.
Oh, I was gonna say, why do you have them?
Hell, not
That's
even
what we want to
sneak.
see from AL, though. They need to combine these pieces together. They need to get ZDZ involved. Get Xiaohao in there for a big engage. They're looking on the flank here. He does have the blast cone, the improved one, go over all the distance. Can Cyclone right into the back line here. He got spotted out, though, by EDG. They know what's a brewing. They're still trying to take this fight over the Dragon. Xiaohao's going to go back for a second time. Alla goes for an engage on the other side. This is set up beautifully for Xiaohao. Did everybody forget? No, they turn back around to make sure there's nothing coming from that side. Try to get some vision onto him, but can't do it just yet. ZDZ is right back into the fight and has his rage bar full up. You're trying to get a reset from Fofo, but nobody blocked the dragon damage. Won't be able to get that one off. Uzi going mid to try to get that push through. Here comes ZDZ back Xiaohao over the wall yet again. Is the third time the charm. He finds Uzi on the back line. He can't get the lockdown though, does he? Cyclone, he goes over the wall in the middle of the fight though. Fofo is shredding him down. And PinZ can't stay alive. 3,600 damage from the big guns mid laner of EDG. Dragon goes to AL.
Still 1 kill in favor of Dragon. Looks like maybe mid lane turtle will also be costed by anyone's legend with Uzi staying here. So yeah, trade going a bit back and forth. AL gonna feel good about stopping what would have been soul point for EDG, but we'll have to pay a little bit because now Fofo only getting even bigger.
He's going to be getting second item very, very soon, and that just means there is a ticking time bomb.
I gotta say,
to some
Mazel,
extent.
this fight, Xiao's positioning puts so much pressure, which is why we had the long posture off. Does a great job of getting on top of Uzi, flashes to follow up, but then can't follow him over the wall. And like you were saying, the whole time, Fofo was unloading damage on the opposite side of the fight. JJ really just soaking damage just on the edge of a knife. Very well kind of suited with the composition that they clearly come in mind drafting today, right? Both games, double tank, top jungle, kind of scaling control mage that does well in the isolated 1v1 to generate prio, and then the same bot lane do on both games. So EDG came with a very clear game plan, and now we get to see them being more willing to go for a Baron.
Yeah, a little bit risky here. Risk it for the biscuit, says EDG. As the test of Jitoe versus Uzi has so far come up with the legend's name. Now, actually, Mako a bit overextended here. Just bought time, I guess, to get 4 Baron buffs over. Here comes the ulti, though. The train hits on the PinZ, but he goes right back in for a big Pop Blossom. Can't really get backline access, though. Ala getting a little bit low. Dominus had already been popped by ZDZ. And AL go away from the fight after taking down Mako, but 4 members of EDG now have Baron buff.
Yeah, they're going to take that any day. Now really going to be able to enable their push. That's where you see like a composition like this really come online, because sure, it might have like a long-range control mage in the mid lane, and Lucian does have culling to work with, but it's still not the best at sieging down those inhibitor turrets, right? You'd have to do it kind of in multiple pushes like we saw in game 1. With Baron really does open them up to just hopefully in one push outright be able to start opening up the base of anyone's legend.
Ooh, but you got Navori quick blades
3
completed
items
for Uzi, and the boots on top of it too. The boots with the fur lyric. As now we'll see maybe with the plating, not fur. I don't know. Fur is not really good against metal weapons. Jit is though maybe looking for some good against the crocodilian yet again, trying to make some crocs out of him. See ZDZ locked down by that steadfast presence. They should be able to just take him out here. Oh, nice little flash, and he will get out.
Now we're going to see EDG with a wave in bot lane.
My goodness.
I do got to say they made this easy for AL just for the fact that they aren't playing out through any other lanes.
Yeah, but that's been the style so far in this series. EDG just force one lane at a time. They go all 5 and see what you do about it.
I feel like so far they've been really well like coordinating their other waves to at least always be pushing in to draw pressure. But who knows? With how powerful they are, they might not even need to care that all of AL are here.
There's that culling going straight into the back line. AL will lose 2 members from this siege. Gotta be a little bit careful. They were still able to clear that one out. I will just highlight, like, PinZ did a lot of damage with 1 ability. Their abilities are coming online. They still have extremely strong meta champions. So it's got to be a nice execution, maybe a little bit of a surgical one for EDG as they try to take this inhib.
EDG, though, have to be so conscious of the flank because all of their zone control tools really only work when the enemy is positioned right in front of you. Even just coming off to a slight side, right, that allows you to circumvent the gravity field. Or if, you know, tidal wave gets thrown out in front. So they are starting to be a little bit respectful of the pressure that Xiaohao's putting up, but at the end of the day, they got exactly what they came here for.
They just needed to get some base breaking. Here goes the steadfast presence to deny Xiaohao everything. Flash from PinZ makes a difference, though. Ultra shock laser as well as that lightning crash. Ala just goes a little bit wide. Actually finds ZDZ as now they're turning this. This is what we were talking about. Their champions are still scary, Lyric, and AL will take down 3 members.
AL take down 3 EDG. It's Ala and Fofo again. We've seen this before, Mazel.
Trying to find a little bit of sneaky business down here. Can't get the trigger pull onto AL, but they just want to deny this dragon. It's not the Baron, but it is a little bit of a neutral objective they need to fight over. Here comes a lot of AoE damage from the Chaos Storm, but Allah can't tank enough. He can't do it. They go down. Fofo has to flash out, and Allah will just die as a zombie. AL right onto the dragon.
I gotta say, Victor not as good at going for these types of plays as Azir was in game 1 because of like the safety you have in your mobility. So we'll have to back off, and even Allah going down. So gotta get themselves a second dragon, gonna get the bounty on that one as well to at least bring down that gold lead a little bit. And honestly, just a bit of disconnect coming out from the side of EDG. They see Xiao, they want to go for the pick. Look at Fofo. Fofo just base, he's buying up, he's finally TPing back in mid. Just very all over the place coming out from the side of EDG. Even Allah still wasn't here yet. So you already have your AD carry, who is the person most, farthest ahead, has gone down. And then AL can just keep picking them apart bit by bit from the multiple angles they played this fight. So honestly, a bit of an overstep from EDG, but kudos to AL for punishing.
Yeah, you gotta give props where props are due. Jitoi also getting JJ with that big old blast cone too. Just a little cherry on top as they were able to fight back. Will they have the fight left in them here? If the comp works, if it sets up well, you can find the advantage. And Jitoi will be the main provider of that. Not on that 3-item spike just yet, but getting very close. But it's looking like a tall mountain to climb here as they want to go straight through. Maybe it's looking like a train. That light at the end of the tunnel, it might just be a little bit darker right now as Uzi will step forward. There will be the Chaos Storm burn and the Tidal Wave, as well as that Unstoppable Onslaught. So big ultis down for EDG. And
they did all that for only one flash from ZDZ and the ult coming out from Zora. So it will at least garner them map presence, so they're going to turn immediately onto this Baron, but AL already know, and they're heading over.
They are. They have the dominance for ZDZ, but it's a preemptive strike from EDG. They take Jitoi out. I said he hadn't died, but there's that first death, and it might just be the only one that EDG need. They push ZDZ out of there. Uzi is fighting him tooth and nail, and he takes them out. Uzi stepping forward and lighting them up. Give him the guns.
We're going to see Zora should be able to get away. But now EDG, Uzi has a bit of HP. You do have a Nami alongside you. It looks like that is enough for them to feel confident about taking this Baron.
Easy does it, Baron. Another one for EDG in a really well-executed fight. Yes, they lost Fofo. He got to do a quick back and get that third item there, as we see. But actually, they're looking for it. He has that onslaught back. He's looking for Zora. Oh, he didn't see him until the last second. Gonna have quicker reaction times in the vehicles there, Ala.
Not to throw shade, because I did say Dredge is kind of the most consistent performing member of EDG, but giving ZDZ a path to safety. But there it is, Jitoi. Ala with the side brush plays this game has been phenomenal, setting it up for Uzi to find that one. But then you see, okay, Pinsy comes in, finds the big knockup, but it doesn't matter. A big part of your consistent damage is already gone, and it allows for Ala to keep soaking damage. The heals coming out from Mako to make sure that Uzi's able to survive the initial onslaught from Xiao, and then they just run the rest of the fight down. So close. 30 HP.
Calm, cool, and collected is Uzi in this one. Has completed that Lord Doms. Even has a BF sword on top of it. And EDG are right back on the map because we have a dragon spawning up. They do not want to relent a single moment against AL, but AL point and present. They want to try to burn it down.
They're going to be here, but still engage up for the side of EDG. Flash, though, now up for Jitoi, not on Uzi. So if Xiao finds his way onto Uzi, he can't just take him down this time.
Oh, there is that flank angle there, but I do wonder, they weren't able to see him in the instant. They just go in with it. The Keeper's Verdict has already been used. The ZDZ can't even heal. That's a huge steal from Xiao, but doesn't matter. You got 3 dragons in a row, but EDG wiped the floor with AL yet again.
And now we're going to see a big push come off for the side of EDG. 2 members to work with. Luckily, there's some damage dealers who could potentially clear waves. But going up against 5 members shrunk for EDG, I don't think they can do anything.
There ain't nothing you can do when EDG has control of a map like this. They are so ruthless when you give over that control. Now they're just looking for the game, Lyric.
I think they should be able to get it. We're going to see if Jitoi has any kind of immaculate plays that can take over in a 2v5 situation, but odds aren't good.
I'm glad I got my moment to talk about him because I don't know if there's going to be many more moments in this series at least. He almost gets burned down, but it's the Nexus Towers in the eyes of EDG. JJ staying alive as you go into Joey. Does he go down? No, he's in the Nexus. EDG is back. Uzi trying to end the game. He's got Nexus shots, and he ends it. EDG with a 2-0 over AL.
Great to see EDG just kind of a chokehold. Really is just the best way to describe the series, right? It wasn't, neither game was too explosive. EDG came in with like a very clear plan, and we'll see like kind of composition dynamic in terms of how they wanted to play, right? A lot of zone control, kind of range setup coming from mid, isolated laning phases. JJ just really enabling that by hovering around, setting up vision, not allowing ganks to come off. But that discipline is always what's made EDG so interesting to me in the LPL. And a league full of teams that aren't known for this style that I would say is more kind of textbook. They've always just gravitated towards it, pulled it off well. Again, I think they have always been a bit more reliant in their cleanliness on being able to win out through laning phase and kind of drafting compositions around that. But hey, if that's your bread and butter and you're able to pilot it well, you keep going with it. Pull out some of these off-meta picks like the Victor and really just drive your style home.
And a little bit of a side note, EDG going with the bow. Uzi knows exactly where to put the hand this time around. I remember last time there were images, Mako was trying to show him where he put the hand for the traditional EDG win bow. This time, no questions asked. But also, do you want to check in on the man himself a little bit? That's what we were kind of eyeing up when we were coming into this one. And while maybe we didn't get him tested to the full extent, I think being able to, again, have that priority in draft where you pick the Lucian and kind of force the hand of the other team and be able to play the way you did twice in a row, getting 30+ CS leads on bottom lane, multiple plates early on, that's the execution you want to expect from these two legends alive in our league.
The bot laner for EDG, congratulations on your win. Legends never die. So could you please say hello to our LPL English channel fans? 欢迎 UZI 选手来到我们的赛后采访，恭喜 EDG 2-0拿下了本局对局。先跟我们 LPL 一门牛的观众朋友们打个招呼吧。
Hello， 大家好，我是 UZI。
欢迎 UZI 选手 Welcome back to LPL stage. So the very first question for you, how do you feel about coming back to LPL stage, especially on EDG jersey, and what does this return mean to you from your perspective? 欢迎 UZI 选手来到我们的赛后采访。其实我们非常激动的看到 UZI 选手重返 LPL， 再次征战在峡谷当中。那么这一次是以 EDG UZI 的身份重新征战峡谷，感觉怎么样呢？同时你觉得这一次回归对你来说又意味着什么呢？
很开心也很荣幸吧，能够加入到 EDG 这个俱乐部，然后能够回到这个赛场上，我觉得对我来说，是我一直想做的一件事情嘛，就是也想完成心里那个就是想要回到赛场上那个心嘛，我觉得能够站在赛场上，能够回到这个舞台，我觉得就已经够了。
So first of all, I'm very excited and I'm very honored to be able to join to the EDG. And I have been always thinking if I can come back to here. And I think it's a very cherished, very valuable opportunity for me to stand here, to come back to the LPL stage and play as a pro player. Thank you so much for your insight. And let's talk about some in-game contents. I also want to touch on why did you guys pick Cyan Jungle in first game? Actually, we have seen LCK play the champions in the summer, but dates back to 2015. That's LPL. We played Cyan Jungle. So could you please share me as your insight about this part? 那么我们想聊一下有关于游戏中的内容。第一局我们看到队伍这边是选出了塞恩打野。其实我们知道在这个夏季赛 LCK 赛区有用，但是在我们 LPL 上次在看到他的打野英雄已经出现在了2015年的夏季赛了。所以想问一下，队伍拿出他的契机是什么呢？
因为我们其实有去制定一些塞恩的战术嘛，然后觉得我们最近的风格需要调整一下，所以说也算是提前去用一些比较新的阵容，让我们整个团队换一种思路和想法吧，就让大家可以有更多的创新，然后让选手们可以打得更加有那种毕生的决心一点吧，因为就是大家都是有练过的。
So first of all, actually we have played and played a lot of strategies play around science kind of things.